Hey there guys, it's Lady Mina and welcome back to my channel. I was really hoping I would get the new Dreamed Life that I just got, but I didn't. This is one that I've had for a while. This week we have the return of the card flip event. Now this is not Good Luck Call. Some of you who have not been playing for more than I would say 6 months have probably not had the flip card event come by, but it is a treat. It's absolutely filled with goodies of all varieties, and it's resource heavy, and it's generally not too expensive. We'll go over the math in a minute. But first, before we get into this week's event, I do want to cover quickly a few things from last week's event that people have missed. So if we go into last week's event and we pull up anniversary gift tasks. This one is important. If you come over here to the bottom right, there is an exchange and a tiny Yan Air. This is Yan Air's shop, and you can purchase Lion Dance in here. If you are missing the Lion Dance, the very first of the 7-day suits, she is available in this shop. So absolutely pick her up. And this event does last for 2 weeks. You can see on the calendar we are only halfway through last week's event. So if you were stressing out about not being able to collect everything, don't worry. We still have time. Oh, where am I? Oh, I'm right there. And in this shop, I do want to point out, in the exchange shop of the previous event, ooh, I can get this. Nice. There were 5 wish lotuses available in this shop, as well as Wuyan paper, which is very important actually. So we have had the drop of a new servant. Her name is Zhong Wuyan. I hope I pronounced that correctly. And so you can purchase 30 pulls for her here for 250 a piece, and tickets right here are 1 gold for 1 ticket because of the conversion rate regarding these tickets. So you get 250 of them for 250 gold. So and those convert into the yellow tickets. So these tickets are worth 1 gold for 1 ticket, which means that you can get Wuyan paper for 250 gold a piece. I hope that explanation made sense. And there's also Wish Lotus for 500 gold, and I'm sure there's going to be Wish Lotus available. No, there's not Wish Lotus available in this event, is there? In the new event. I'm just making my little chibi walk all over the place. Okay, so last week's VIP suit has passed on, so we have a new VIP suit now, as well as a new suit, and I think that's everything I wanted to cover from anniversary. The event pool is still ongoing, so if you were not aware, this event pool, we did have 24 pulls available in the task list and the store combination, because there's 14 in the task list and 10 in the supply shop for gold, and we were also given 10 free pulls as a gift for the anniversary, bringing us up to 34 pulls. So if you are up to 34 pulls, it's 40 to open the lucky box for this event. Therefore, I will personally be purchasing 6 Lotus to bring myself back up. I'm going to go ahead and spend the $10 to bring myself up to 40 pulls and open the unique box, and therefore be guaranteed an item from the unique suit. So that's something to keep in mind. You may or may not want to do that depending on whether or not you purchase in games. So that would be an extra $10 to open that gold box. And then, of course, the more clothing items you have from the pool, the further along you get in the makeup. That should be it. Oh, if we pop into search for Koi, we can call out everybody who has topped up in this event. So turns out in the last week, 1,000 people have topped up. So that's neat. Let's pop over to, I think, Wisdom. And we're going to cover Bunny Goldmine. So Bunny Goldmine is a new feature. We've never had this before. She is going to give us back 10% of all the gold that we spend in the next 6 days. You can see already today I have spent 1,000 gold, and I will come back 100 gold. Now, the last gold counter from last week let me know that I spent 20,000 gold over the course of the 7 days that that counter was going. You can also find a gold counter in your 7-day tasks. Here it is, consume gold. So as you can see, over the course of last week, I spent 21,000 gold. Now, I bring this up not to brag, but to let you know that I have not spent any real life money on this game. That 20,000 gold, that 21,000 gold that I spent over the last, this one's for 8 days. So over the last 7 days, I spent 20,000 gold as basically a free-to-play player. I have VIP 5, but I haven't purchased any of the gift bags or any of the VIP bonus items. Like, I don't get anything from the VIP, the top-up, the gift bag, not that, bonus, right in here. I don't have any monthly cards going on right now. That 20,000 that I spent is what the game gave me and what I got from my errands shop, what I got every day, from the daily tasks, and from the online award. So that should give you a sense of how much gold you could get back. So if I spend another 20,000 in the next 7 days, which I suspect that I will, if not more, then I will be getting back 2,000 gold at the end of that event. So as a gift, nope, come here. Here she is. So as a gift, I will get 2,000 gold back if my spending stays the same. So if you want to know how much gold you spend in a week, you can pop over to the event tab, daily task, go into day 6 if you have it available, scroll down to, was it in leisure or in training? I was just looking at it. It's in training. So day 6, training, consume gold, and it will tell you how much gold you spent in the last 6 days, so you can get an idea of how much gold you're going to get at the end of that event. So we've covered that. I'm going to save Wise Woman and Queen Charm for the end of the video because that's going to take a little bit of time to cover. Oh, she's broken. Love that. This is our VIP suit for this week, and I actually don't know how much she is. Let's go ahead and take a look. She is $32.80, which I do believe is $50. Yes, so she is a $50 suit. Let's go ahead and take a look at her tags. She's interesting. It's almost like she's posed, but she's not. I'm not sure what these pearl strings are down here at the bottom. Let's go ahead and look at her poem and her tags. She is jewelry at 12K, sweet at 5K, palace at 4K, dignified, handsome, and active at 2K. Sitting by the window in self-pity, she lets herself wallow. Spring days come and go, leaving wilted flowers for her to behold. In the deep mountain, she is lost in a flower rain. Against the door she is leaning, now she could feel nothing. The sun comes out of the clouds, shining on the flower-covered Wuyan road. Stepping on the red, she feels so sorry for the wilted. Gently she opens the window again, trying to get some aroma in. Surprisingly, however, she senses the odor of plums green. No idea what that's referencing. Could be anything. Okay, so that is Red Pearl. She is $50. She has a very interesting background piece. I'm a little disappointed that the little chibi maidservant is attached to that. I would rather like for her to be separate, but she is bringing her master some jewelry. She has a mirror in her hand, which is interesting. I like these cranes. I think these are up here that are moving around in the background, and I think that this background piece would really stand out with a smaller dress or like a you know what I'm saying, like a smaller dress on the avatar instead of this really big flowy one that covers everything up. So that is Red Pearl. I actually don't need to leave Red Pearl because this event is hidden away in a strange location. Every time this event comes by, I get confused as to where it is. It's hidden in the same section as the VIP suit for some reason, and this is our event suit this week, and she is stunning. Her name is Spectral Puppet, and I want to point something out here that I cannot figure out what it's attached to. If we take a close look at her knees and wrists and shoulders, we can see that she has doll joints. She's a ball jointed doll. I do not know what that is attached to. As far as I can tell, looking at the close-ups of the individual pieces, that is not attached to anything. It's not a completion prize. I don't know what it's attached to. I desperately want to know what it is attached to. I wish it was a separate skin piece that I could wear on any suit, like turn any suit into a doll, but I don't think that it is. I'm not sure what it's attached to. Because it is attached to both her wrists and her knees, I don't think it's attached to her shoes, but we'll find out as we collect all of the pieces. Let's take a look at her pieces. She has a really interesting hairstyle that we don't have anything truly similar for. I don't know what era that hairstyle originates from, but it is beautiful. These pieces have my whole entire heart. They're cats, they're cat dolls, they're her earrings. She has cat doll earrings, but she also has cats down here. In the bottom left corner, there's some cat dolls hiding out. And I love this spooky purple four-armed demon back here. He's stellar. Let's take a look at her tags. Of course, she has the ghost tag, but it's not her main tag. She has chivalrous at 12, at just about 11k, so that's quite strong. Active at 6k, ghost at 5k, and then sexy, gorgeous, and smart at 2k. Her hairpiece is going to be useful. Is she on fire? Yes, her hairpiece is also on spooky purple fire. Let's go ahead and read her poem. I'm sure it's going to be sad. Down, 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 into the darkness of the grave. Gently they go, the beautiful, the tender, the kind. Quietly they go, the intelligent, the witty, the brave. Since then 'tis centuries, and yet each feels shorter than the day. Keep it a secret, this game is between you and me only. When people are lonely, they make puppets for companionship. Be my prisoner and stay with me forever. My heart is bewailing and toiling within like a funeral bell. I love it! It's so spooky! Oh, I love it, I love it, I love it. I love all the spooky, spooky stuff. Okay, she's a short dress, which we don't have. We have actually, I think, 3 or 4 dresses that ended this sort of mid-thigh miniskirt level, but this one is my favorite. I wanted to show you guys the reflop page and show you like some things to focus on in here. So this event is a card flipping event. We call it the card flip event because when I hit reflop, all of these are going to flip over and they're going to be cards on the back side, and I will no longer know what's behind, what's under each card. You can see right here that this today, or well, on this card, I'll be stuck on this card for a few days, but this card contains 2 pieces of her suit. Over the next 4 cards, or over the next 4 boards, I should say, the rest of the pieces will appear. So if I come up here into award details, you can see round 1 has the 2, the cat earrings and then the puppet in her hand. Round 2 has her hairpiece and her shoes. Round 3 has her wig and her background piece, and then round 4 has the demon and the dress. There are 40 rounds if you look very closely. After you have collected all of the dress pieces, you can get 500 gold tickets, unique tickets, and as well as all of these other prizes, but these 3 right here are the main draw for this event. This is a resource heavy event. If you, like me, at 6 million points, need tons and tons of resources, this is the event for you. Let's go ahead and just take a quick look at this board. You can see 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 recruit tickets on the board. 2 boxes of, this is bait? Yes, 2 boxes of bait with 16 baits, tons of bags of coins, seeds, a food bag. That random food bag A is actually quite good. And very useful, especially if you are crafting recipes for your mates. There's 4 times 4, 16. There's 16 debris in here, and as well as an advanced gift mate box and elixirs. So we have been begging for this one to come back, those of us who know about this event, just because of how many resources it contains. A lot of us are going to be much more powerful by the end of this one, especially since this event is also going to last. Just go ahead and reflop. Yeah, okay, there it is. So it didn't pop up because I had not started the event yet. So you can see here that in the bottom right hand corner I have today's purchase left 27. So that I believe is what I can buy with gold. Now you do get free pulls, and this event will be available for 14 days. So keep in mind this is a 2-week event. There's no need to rush it. You can wait until you have completed last week's event to start in on Spectral Puppet. Let's take a look at the task list. So you can see that I had 6 tasks to complete and that I did complete all 6 tasks before we started the event. So you can see that I get 90 of these puppet dolls every single for every task. So that is 540 puppets a day. It is 100 puppets to flip a card. So that means you get 5 free flips daily, and then 6 extra over the course of the event. So that's a total of, let's do some math. Okay, so I have got the math here. So over the course of the event, you will generate about 81 free flips of the event board. There is 96 boards to clear if you clear the entire board. Now, realistically, you might be luckier than that. Oftentimes, we are luckier and we clear a board very quickly. I have seen people clear the board in 2 pulls just because they were that lucky. In fact, it's happened to me. So it entirely depends on your luck. The board clears when you have collected all of the pieces. Now, you can choose not to reflop if you are going after all of the goodies, but once you find the 2 pieces of Spectral Puppet in each board, you get the chance to reflop and reset the board and go into the next one. So that's how this works. Let's go ahead and collect my free pulls, because there are gold pulls available. So over the course of the event, you will have 81 free pulls. To clear the 4 boards, you need 96 pulls. So that leaves about 15 pulls that you will have to pay for maximum. Let's go ahead and see what I get here. Oh, I found the bait bag. Nice. Random food box A. And some people like to clear the board in patterns. Some people like to clear the board row by row. So here you go. The first 3 pulls that you get, you can buy each day 200 gold a pull. So since you need 15 pulls for gold, I would recommend for 5 days to buy the 200 gold reflops, because they are cheaper than the other ones. This is not an event you want to wait until the last day or even the last 3 days to collect. You can wait until next week, because it's a 15-day event, so you can wait 7 days and go in for next week's gold. But this is going to be much cheaper for you, is to purchase these 3 for 200. So then you get 15 times 200 gold instead of the full price, which is 300 gold. So let's do some more math. Okay, so if you buy the discounted pulls only, if you buy you need 15 pulls for gold, right? If you buy them as discounted pulls only for 200 gold, this entire suit should cost you 3,000 gold or less, depending on your luck. You might be lucky and clear the board faster. If you are unlucky and you have to clear all of the boards, and you have to collect all 96 tiles, and you have to buy all 15, and you buy them at the increased price, then you might end up spending 4,000 or more gold to do that. Now, if you are after all of these goodies and you need them like I do, then none of this matters. You're going to blow a ton on this, clearing tons and tons of boards in order to get elite papers and I wanted award details, thank you, in order to get elite papers and gold tickets. So that is this event suit. She should cost between 3,000 and 4,000 for the average player. You might be able to get her for 3,000, so that's actually a very, very good price for a unique suit, especially a unique suit that's this spooky and fantastic, and I still need to know, what is her skin attached to? Okay, so the last thing that came up this week is we have a new Yang servant, and she's already getting called Yang Mother by the Discord, which I agree. She's definitely got the vibes, and we do have a Yang child, so that works out. So her name is Zhong Wuyan. Let's go ahead and do my free recruit. So this event should also last 20 days. These pools always last 20 days. So you get 20 free pulls over the course of the event. If we go into awards, that gives you this one, but not that one. Now, you can see here that I have 3 tickets for her. I pulled those from the event that was available, from the anniversary event. So I pulled those tickets from the draw lots, and I was lucky enough. I have to walk all the way over here. So when my chibi gets here, I will show you that you can pull, if you are lucky, some Wuyan paper from in here. So this is her paper. You can pull it from in here, and you can also, we covered already, buy some from the shop of this event. That might end up being worth it. I have 3 pulls. I'm going to save up until I get 10, but I do believe it's 250 to recruit once if you don't have a ticket. So it's the same to buy them from the shop or to buy them from here. It's 250 gold. You can also recruit 10 for 2,000. You see this little red bubble. It just barely says 20% discount. I did have to zoom in for that. So let's go ahead and take a look at her. So you can choose replace. And if you have Yang fodder of a, not the elites, but the 5-star, the natural 5 stars, not the ones you evolved, you need to pull these guys. If you have that, you can get, you can transform for free to get a Zhong Wuyan in that same level. So if I threw my Null and Rangruo in here and I had 4 copies of Wuyan, then I would come out with a 4-star Wuyan on the other side. So that's actually really useful, especially if you are further ahead in the game. You just need to collect copies of her, and you can use them that way. It's the same as the replace function in Recruit, and over here, you replace. So this is the exact same function if I was going to replace him with her, but I don't have any copies of her, so I can't show you. Now, there's 2 events, as always, with new servant drops. We have Queen Charm and Wise Woman. So this is the event pool. You pull copies of her directly from in here. If you go over to records, you can see how many times you've pulled and what your luck is. If you go to details, you can see her drop rate is... where is she? She's right here. So her drop rate is 0.4%, whereas all of the other Yangs are at 0.008%. So her drop rate is actually really high compared to all of the other Yangs. Now, it is still pretty low compared to all of the other elites. You can see there's 0.3% for the waters and the fires and the woods, but for the Yangs, she's up really, really high. The Yins are pretty, there's not as many Yin servants, so they have a higher drop rate than the Yangs. The more servants there are, the lower the chances you have of getting them. So she has a decent drop rate. Let's take a look at her, not the details. Gift bag is where you go if you want to purchase her for real money. So you can buy 1 pull in her event for $1, and you also get some bait and some gold. So that's nice. And you can also purchase for $50 18 of her tickets, EXP boxes, and 3,000 gold. So depending on whether you are a free-to-play or a VIP, you do have multiple options. I think I have to click on this one. Yeah. I forgot I had their voices turned on. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at her skills. She is a guard, so she has an area of effect attack, so that means she attacks everybody across the other side, or multiple people across the other side of the... She attacks multiple enemies. She works best in position front. Guards always work best in a frontal position because they can jump around to protect the other players. She has skills called Break and Sense. Take a look at her 2 active skills here. She adds a shield to her teammates, and it absorbs damage equal to 10% of the user's max HP. So is that our HP or is that the servant's HP? I'm not sure. Her other active skill is called Cut Off, and it causes attack damage that is 100% of her 108% of her attack damage. So that's pretty good. Her passive skills, she has all of these. And her other passive skill is called Shadow. When she is attacked, she has a high chance to add a crit mark to her attacker. And then it takes effect when this buff is attacked. When it takes effect, every mark causes damage that is users 3%. Okay, so that should be our HP, I think. Okay, so she basically doubles down on attacks. So if she puts that crit marker on somebody, then when she attacks them again, she deals additional damage, and it stacks 5 layers times 3% of the HP. So that should be our HP or her HP. I'm not 100% sure, but as her HP at level 240 is 249,000, then 3% of that is going to be a lot. And then it stacks, so that's going to be useful as she gets stronger. Let's go ahead and see her attacks here. So this is her attacking the dummies. That's her AoE, so she attacks everybody across the board. So that's very useful. We love an AoE. And then she also does single attacks. Okay, let's go ahead and go in for trial. So you can also put new servants in place of other servants. I don't actually have a guard on my team, so I don't have anybody like that I could directly replace her with. But let's go ahead and replace Li Bai with her. I could, you might think, want to replace my Yang servant with her so I can keep my bonus. But that's my healer, so we don't want to do that. Actually, let's replace Kai Wenji with her, because that's who I would replace her with if I were to get her. Let's go ahead and take a look at the current mission, which I am PK blocked on, and let's see if she can help me get any further against this team. If you're wondering what level this is, it is chapter 80, level 20, and it is a nightmare. This team is ridiculously strong. But with 2 Yangs, I might get somewhere. Okay, well, she's kept Baldy from dying. That's useful. Li Bai's area of effect is delightful. And I am going to be sorry to see him leave if I ever need to see him leave. She's pretty strong, actually. She took all of that damage and she didn't die. That's further than I've got on this level with anything else. But you can see I'm still going to lose. Now, actually, did she only shield herself or did she shield everybody? I did not pay attention to that. But her skill is Leopard Shield to all allies, so she must have added it to everybody and I just missed it. Let's pop into trial really quickly again, and I will leave as soon as I see with my own eyes that she shields everybody. She does, so that gold shield is hers. So she does shield everybody, so that's actually quite useful because not only does she guard against everything, but she also adds that shield to everybody, and it holds up pretty well. It's surviving attacks by these strong yins for like a minute. So she shields everybody and she protects all of them. So that's going to be very useful for a lot of people, especially people who are doing yin-yang teams. And I always say this, but even if you don't want this servant, you do want to keep hold of them. And if you are thinking about building her at all, slowly build her up, get as many copies as you can. This one has the chance of getting these recruit tickets available in the in multiple places in the previous event, so I would make use of those if I were a player. The Bunny Gold Mine is going to be super useful. Queen Charm pops up every time. Well, it has a different name, but this More Award pops up every time. It's $20 and you basically get 2 copies of her. You get 1 copy free from this, and if you are not planning to use her and you don't want her, save that copy as debris. Lock her and then trade her in the guild house. So if you go over to bag, debris, and you scroll, you have the option of locking servants. So you can lock and unlock them. So I've locked Dian because I don't use Dian. So I'm keeping him as somebody that I can trade. I don't use Lu Bu. I don't use the Kid Healer. I don't use Yue Fei or any of these other ones. So that means when I go into my guild and I open up the tea house, I have something to trade to for friends. You see somebody here has offered up Bien for a copy of Kai Wen Ji. I don't have any copies of Kai Wen Ji, but I'm sure this person is waiting for somebody else to take hers. So that way you know what you have to trade with your guild members and you can facilitate active trades. That's how you use the guild house. You can only trade debris in there. So if you're not planning to use her, save her, trade her. It's going to be so much more useful than anything else. And if you pay the $20, you get 1 additional copy of her, as well as all of these other rewards in here. So you'll get more of the recruit tickets, so you basically get more pulls, as well as a whole lot of Yang fodder, coins, and various other goodies. So that's something to keep in mind if you are going after her. Rainbow Garment has finished. I'm sure they'll drop another one eventually. And I think that's everything in this. Good luck to everybody. Have fun. And if you like this video, go ahead and like and subscribe. I like to know that people watch these, that people want to see these. And seeing my subscriber count goes up is definitely a big motivation for me to make these every week. I will catch you all in the next one. Bye bye.